Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with Torah Life Ministries, and here at Torah Life Ministries we teach about a lot of different topics, but one of the issues that are big on my heart is an issue that people don't talk about enough, and it's the issue of modesty. Now, modesty does have to do with our appearance, but modesty is really, truly an issue of the heart. It's not only for women, it's for men also, but women struggle with certain ideas and men struggle with certain ideas. Well, today in the show we have a woman who this is an amazing interview I want everyone to see because it exemplifies the way modesty is shown on the heart, and just she has some great things to say. All I say is have an open mind and listen to her, and put your comments below the video if you have any of your questions. You're truly going to be blessed. I was, and here's the interview right now. Hello everybody, here we are at Torah Life Ministries. Mention your name and introduce yourself.
My name's Nicole Lake, and I'm just here learning.
Great. Well, here I am doing this lecture here, and you came in the room here, and I see you're dressed very modest, and you have a head covering.
Mm-hmm.
What made you? How long have you been wearing a head covering, or what made you decide to wear it?
I've been wearing a head covering for probably almost 7 months now, and it started from actually comments by males about my hair, and just really thinking more and more about scriptural head coverings and why they did it. And I always thought it was such a beautiful symbolism of being, attached to your mate and that you're taken. I really liked all of that, and I wanted to do an experiment at first, and I did a head covering, and within 1 week I was sold. I loved it. I had way different reaction from men. I was approached differently. It was more respectful, and I didn't get the comments that were, inappropriate for being a married woman from other men when I was wearing it. And I actually even had one guy ask me why I did it, and when I told him I do it out of modesty and respect for my husband and myself, and he said I had no idea, and he said I feel really ashamed that I've said the things I've said to you, and I apologize, and you won't hear from me again. And he actually didn't talk to me at all because he knew he couldn't talk to me without being inappropriate. And I've had lots of situations like that at where I work. So. And
what did your husband think about it?
He loves it. Yeah, he loves it because I do take it off when I'm at home with him, and he's always liked my long hair, so it's been a very good relationship builder for us as two. We've become more close, and it's nice. It's more like an intimate thing between us, so he has a lot of respect for me for doing it as well.
And what was the reaction of your friends and family?
Different. My family at first was like, oh, what are you doing? We really love your hair. You look so pretty. And it was a nice negative at first, but later they've really grown to, like it and respect it and even try it for themselves. So my family's been very supportive. My friends actually have been pretty supportive too. They asked why I did it, and when I gave them my answer, they in return were like, oh, okay, cool, that's what you do.
What's the most common comment you get from people that see you with your head covering?
Probably just, why do you always have your hair wrapped? A lot of people just ask that, and when I give them a response, it's usually very positive from them, that they thought that was really cool, or that was really interesting, or they haven't heard that before. So it's been pretty positive, but it's usually like, why is your hair always covered? Can't you take your hair down? Or I want to see your hair. And somehow it's like this mysterious thing now, like, let me see it. And I'm like, nope, it's off limits, only to my husband.
And since you started wearing a head covering, have your thoughts about dress altogether changed?
Big time. Yeah, big time. I don't know, I think it was a heart thing. When I covered my hair, it kind of, I think, took me out of the world a little bit more. I felt more actually ashamed with some of the clothing that I had once I started covering my head. and I revamped my whole closet. I, took down things that I no longer felt was appropriate that I previously had felt was appropriate. I second guess myself a lot, even with jeans. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know, these might be too tight or what have you. So it really did, and I can't quite explain why, but when I did start covering my head, my whole thought around clothing did change.
Is it easier or more complicated when you getting your hair ready or getting ready for an event? Is it easier or more? It's easier.
Yeah, way easier.
Great.
I have like probably 5 different scarves, and you kind of go with, I like this one the best. It matches almost everything. Can't go wrong. And it takes me like 2 minutes now. So definitely getting ready for the work. Just put your hair in a ponytail, wrap it up, and you're good to go.
And one of the things I noticed when I've seen you cover all of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And some people just wear a head covering but don't cover all of their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you've thought about?
Yep. And that is also from experience. I have also experimented with doing just like a scarf on the top of my head, and also like a braid, my hair in braids and then covered. And both of those got different reactions from men. And it was funny because when the first time I left the house with my hair in a braid, my husband was like, "Uh-oh, you look cute. That's not, it's too good." And I was like, "No, my hair's still braided." And I tried to talk it away. And I went to work and I did get a way different reaction. They're like, "Oh, we can see your hair. Oh, it's so long." And I was like, "Oh man, he was right." So it does elicit different responses from males, and it's immediate that I notice these things. And I feel more comfortable now covering all of it. The only time I ever really go out with it in a braid and covered is like at my house. I'm playing out with my son, or I just got out of the shower and something like that. But I prefer to have it all wrapped.
What's your advice to other ladies that are thinking of covering but for some reason they haven't did it yet?
My advice would be to definitely try it. Do what I did. Do your experimentation. I think you'll be shocked with the response you get from men, the response you get from other women, the respect you'll receive, and how it really makes you feel personally. It's nice too, because at first I thought I'm hiding my beauty, so to speak, and that no one's gonna think I'm pretty, or you get these kind of thoughts. But it's almost like you feel even more special. You have this nice thing that you can present to your husband, and it's built our relationship. I mean, you're gonna feel a lot better, I think, between you and your husband, that you've shared that with him, and the intimacy between you two will grow. The payoff is tremendous. And just try it for even a week and see what you think, and I think you'll be hooked.
What about women that want to wear a head covering but their husbands aren't down with the idea? How would you suggest they handle a situation like that?
That is a tough one. I had a family member that came into that situation. Their husband was almost mocking about that, and she ended up stopping because she was not supported at all anywhere with that. But she enjoyed it, and she really liked it. And I would say that that's something that requires prayer, and I think that's a heart issue with the husband and Yahuwah. But I would recommend that you continue doing it when you're out, and then when you're around him, you have your hair down so he can still enjoy that. He doesn't have to see it, but for you, when you're out, you wear it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and have your views or opinions about makeup or appearance and jewelry or anything like that changed since you wore the head covering?
Appearance, yes, as far as being who you want to be pleasing to the eye to. Makeup, yes, I still do wear some makeup. I really like Bare Minerals and things like that. But I've also had some convictions about it. I think that's something I've leaned towards less makeup, and I often feel even convicted about wearing makeup personally, but it's something that I'm still kind of having that fleshly struggle with, and I think the other side will eventually win, but I still wear light makeup.
And some women, when they wear head coverings, they wear long earrings. What's your opinion about that?
I think that is you trying to battle the flesh, personally. That you are trying to meet it halfway. Well, okay, I'll cover this part of my head, but then I got this pretty thing going on here, and I think it's it is an eternal struggle. Your evil inclination is sometimes very hard to fight against. That's how I feel about that. I think it looks pretty, yes, but as far as like out and about, I feel like it's in that struggle.
Sure. And has the idea of your shoes, the type of shoes you wear, because women always have this connection with shoes, since you wore the head covering, has anything changed on that?
Yeah, big time. It's funny you mention that because I am a shoe person. So I had like, I don't know, maybe 30 pairs of shoes, mostly heels, at my house. And since I started wearing a head covering, I have not put a pair of heels on. Well, I put a pair of heels on, but I couldn't leave the house. It's like I was stopped at the door, just like a brick wall. I couldn't do it. I couldn't walk out. I felt like horrible about it. It wasn't like, not horrible like, oh, I'm a bad person, but it's like I felt almost, it's strange to say this, almost like it's like a cheating a little bit to my husband. Like, he wasn't there. I was getting ready. I was going to go out with my son, probably grocery store, something small. But I felt that it was somehow like not as faithful as I could be to him. And so I went and I changed, and yeah, and I felt a lot better about wearing my tennis shoes.
Sure. If there's any ladies out there that would like to contact you further, is that okay for them?
Yeah. I have lots of testimonials about how this has improved my life and my appearance to other men and how they approach me, and just encouragement. We do need to encourage each other because sometimes we are alone in this, and the world definitely looks at it a little different. But I've gotten really positive feedback from friends, and more so than I thought. You know you get real hesitant, but once you do that 1 week experiment, and I'm telling you, you'll be hooked.
Before we end here, is there anything you want to add about this issue, or anything you want to say about anything?
I do feel that it is also an issue of the heart. I feel that I've grown a lot closer to the Creator from this, and that, of course, you can't put a price on. It's definitely worth it. Such a small thing with such great rewards. The payoff's extraordinary. Why not?
All right, everybody, there it was. If you have any questions or comments, put them below the video. I'm so excited we got this interview down. I know it's going to bless a lot of ladies out there and a lot of husbands and men as well. So it's just such a great blessing. So put those comments below the video. Have a great day, everybody, and shalom, shalom.